What is going on, warriors and farmers of Tamaris? Welcome back to another Call of Dragons video. Today we're going to talk about how the flaming manticore is going to break Call of Dragons. This brand new pet is absolutely disgusting. It's going to be the best destroyer in open field large scale war. Today we're going to see everything that is so great about this pet. The update is scheduled to show up in about 1.5 days. So we will be getting this pet in the game, and I think it's going to change everything. Let us see how this pet is going to be the new best thing in the game. Alright, Warriors of Tamaris, another day, another video. Today we're going to be discussing the flaming manticore in Call of Dragons. This pet is going to do so much in the open field PvP. Gone are the days of the Sapphire Frederick. You best believe that. This is going to be the new big deal in Call of Dragons. As you can see here, this is the skill description of this brand new pet. It is known as the Fire Cage. Now I think it's going to be replacing all the Sapphire Frederick in open field PvP, because this pet is going to be the big deal. Let us see what the skill says. Deals magic damage to the target legion, damage factor 22 plus 32, determined by intelligence, and creates a molten field around the target for 3 seconds. This is where things get interesting. The molten field deals magic damage every second to all enemies within it. You guys see this? There is no limitations to the number of enemies that can be hit by this skill. It is just disgusting. Each time the Legion deals magic skill damage via an innate skill, it gains Burning Mark. Each stack of Burning Mark increases the next instance of War Pet skill damage dealt by 1%. Burning Mark stacks up to 7 plus this number here, and is cleared the next time a War Pet skill is cast. So this pet is going to be excellent for destroying infantry in open field PvP. Now picture this. You have 100 players in an alliance. Each one has maybe 5 mage marches. And each one of those 5 mage marches has a flaming manticore. And each one of those flaming manticores drops a fire cage on the ground, active for 3 seconds. When you put follow up, this thing is going to be active for around 6 seconds, which means all the legions in that area is going to take damage. And as you guys can see here, the damage factor is 10 at 0 skill, and it deals damage to all enemies within it. There is no limitations to the number of enemies within the molten field. This is why I say this pet is going to be disgusting. It's going to destroy so many enemies in open field PvP. The alliance that has the most flaming manticore is going to be the alliance that probably wins the war in terms of large scale fighting. I am a little bit scared of what this pet is going to do in the open field PvP, to be honest. This thing is just going to be next level. It's going to destroy so many people in the game. Personally, I think I'm going to be building 2 or 3 of this pet for my mage marches. It's going to be insane, because this pet is going to work well with a few heroes in the game. It says each time the legion deals magic skill damage via an innate skill. There are many legions in the game that can do a lot of skill damage. So Tohar has his channeling, which hits 3 times. And then you have Bertrand. So with Bertrand and Tohar, you're guaranteed to get 4 stacks to help this pet out. You have Thunderlin and Thalia as well. Thunderlin rage skill hits 3 times, and Thalia hits once. So you have 4 stacks from Thunderlin and Thalia to help you out with this pet. And then you have the brand new mages that can just take this pet to the next level. So I think this pet is going to be the next big thing in the open field. And the alliance that has the most fire cage is the one that's going to win the war, because they can just drop multiple fire cage on the ground and you're going to watch the chaos happen. Let us go into the game and see some of the competitors for this pet. We have the likes of the Sapphire Frederick. So let's pull out the Sapphire Frederick and see its capabilities. So I have a 3-star Sapphire Frederick right here. So Sapphire Frederick is going to hit 3 targets, and the damage is going to be significant. Sapphire Frederick will be excellent for small scale fights because it gets most of its damage from 3 targets. The good thing with the new pet is that it's gonna hit multiple people. And when you hit multiple people, you're gonna be reducing multiple enemies troop count and making them weak. And when you drop multiple fire cage with the molten field on the ground, the damage is gonna be more than the Sapphire Fabric. So to make things simple, the alliance that has the most fire manticore is gonna be the one that wins the war because of the molten fields that you can drop on the ground. So let us see some numbers here from the game. Let's see how much damage this flaming manticore is going to do. And I think I have a pet that will give us a good idea of what the damage output of the molten field is going to be at 3-star talent. So let me go back and pull the pet from here and I show you what I mean for now. So we go here. So this is the pet. We can see here the damage factor is 10. This damage factor does not depend on the intelligence. It doesn't matter whether the intelligence is 0 or if the intelligence is 300. This damage factor is fixed. It's going to remain at 10. And that's the good thing. So if you get a bad roll on this pet, your molten field is still going to be significant. So at 0 stars, the molten field here is like 10. There is a pet in the game that has the same numbers. I don't know if that's going to be the case when the update comes out, but we're going to find out. So we have this pet here known as the Moss Rock. So let's see the skills of the Moss Rock. At 0 star, the skill of the Moss Rock here, as you can see, the second factor, the damage factor is 10, right? It is 10. This one is fixed, regardless of whether you see low strength or not. This number is going to change. So let's go to 3 stars and see the damage output of this pet right here, which is the coil. So here we are at 3 stars. The second coil is doing 48 damage, which is huge. So does it mean this new war pet is also going to do 48 damage at 3-star talent? That is something we're going to find out. If that is the case, then we're going to have 48 damage at 3-star talent acting for 3 seconds, which is a lot of damage, and hitting multiple targets at the same time. I don't see any diffused damage here. So this pet is going to be disgusting. And then when we go back into the game, some of the ways you can build this pet to just do so much damage in the PvP. There are going to be so many skills you can put on this pet to take things to the next level. Let us check out some of those skills. You should start preparing. We have 1 day before the update comes out. If you do things right or you watch this video on time, you could get some good stuff. So let's see how you can build this pet, the Flaming Manticore, to destroy as many enemies as possible. Okay, Warriors of Tamaris, we're gonna use the Ice Lizard as a template to build this pet. I personally feel like this pet can be built exactly the same way you build an Ice Lizard. Nobody uses an Ice Lizard in Call of Dragons. I have it at 3-star talent, and I think this time around this pet might be significant, especially with these brand new mages. One of them has a passive skill, the other one has a rage skill, which means this ice score is not going to be affected too much. It's not going to slow down the rage skill too much because you only have one hero casting the rage skill. So this pet could be another good candidate. However, the Flaming Manticore is going to be the best because of the molten field. When you have like over 200 Flaming Manticores dropping molten fields on the ground, each one doing skill damage factor of 20 every second, man, that's going to be disgusting to all the enemies in that area. Part of the reason why I think the Flaming Manticore might break the game, aka the best pet for doing damage in open field PvP. The days of the Sapphire Fabric are numbered. The alliance that has the most Flaming Manticore is probably going to be the one that wins the war. So let's see how you can build this pet to like get some good value out of it. You're going to have the fire cage for the pet. You're going to have the 2 boosters for the pet. And then you're going to have a follow-up. Follow-up is going to help as well. You put this crit rate. You put these magic spirits to get more damage. And then you're also going to have this skill right here, intense follow-up. This one is going to be crucial. Because why? this pet hits multiple targets. Let's say there are 10 targets within a single molten field. You're going to have higher chance to crit those skills, especially when you have the follow-up, intense follow-up crit rate as well. This is going to be very crucial. So another skill that you can add here is going to be this one. It's debatable. It's debatable, but I think this skill is going to be excellent for this pet. Just to help out the brand new mages. It's going to be the Light's Guidance. This one is going to increase your crit rate to maybe 6% depending on your luck. So if you have additional 6% crit rate, it's going to help out with these new heroes. So let me pull one of them out and see what I mean. So this is it. What happens to these new heroes? We have this dude right here, Mr. Yun Ming. Let's go to his awakenings, to his potential rage skill, which is passive. So it says, when launching a normal attack, deals diffuse magic damage to the target legion and random nearby enemy legions. 2 to 3 in total, damage factor 300. So every 2 seconds, you're going to be hitting 300 diffused skill damage to 3 targets. So if you do that over a 10-second time frame, you're going to hit, let's see. So you trigger this thing 5 times in a 10-second time frame. You multiply that by the 3 targets, which means you have triggered this skill 15 times on those 15 enemies, which is just ridiculous. Which is why you're probably going to get a lot of value with this skill right here. Let me go back here and show it. What is it called? The Light's Guidance. The Light's Guidance is going to be pretty good on this pet. I think it's going to do some magic. It's going to do some good stuff. Me personally, I have 3 Light's Guidance here. I need 1 more to make it 4, and it should be good to go. The good thing is the Light's Guidance is cheap. So I'm going to test it out and see if it's significant on the pet. If it's not, then I'll take it out and put something else, like a resonance. As you can see here, I'm going to put some resonance on the pet and just make it do as much damage as possible, because you can drop it on the ground and it's going to hit multiple people. But the Light's Guidance is going to be good for kiting enemies in case you don't drop this pet. Like in case the pet doesn't do its talent skill. So ladies and gentlemen, I think Doomsday is coming to Call of Dragons. Gone are the days of the Sapphire Frederick. This new pet is taking over. Sapphire Frederick gonna be excellent for, I think, a smaller scale fight or maybe single fights like 1v1. Sapphire Frederick will still be champion. However, in those large group fights where people are in a cluster, this new pet is taking over. Let us talk again about some of the other heroes that can take advantage of this new pet. You got Thunderlin. You look at her rage skill. It does damage every second 3 times. So this hero is going to be very efficient with this new pet. You can build one for Thunderlin. Next one that's guaranteed is Mr. Tohar. Tohar channeling hits 3 times. He can give you some good stacks for this new pet. We also have Lilia. I don't know about the Lilia scorching, if that is going to count, because you can scorch an enemy every second for 5 seconds. This might not work, but it's going to be one of the first things that I test out when this pet comes out. Who else is going to take advantage of this pet and just take it to the next level? You have the likes of Verlin. So let me see Verlin. Verlin has the snow blind effect. Will that count as a stack? Because with Verlin, when you hit the skill and you see awakening, when casting a rage skill on a target that is frozen, Verlin deals additional damage and removes the target's frozen effect. Will this help to get some stacks for the brand new war pet? We're going to find out. So you're going to have a lot of options to use for this new war pet. There are plenty of heroes that you can use. And the more Flaming Manticore you have on the field, the more damage you're going to do together with your alliance members. Let us go back and see some of the other skills of this pet if we haven't checked it out yet. These are the artifacts, so let's go. So this is the rage skill. So these are the booster skills of the pet. We have the advanced fire cage. Fire cage direct damage dealt 6% plus 7%. I think this might give it up to 40% damage, if I'm not mistaken. So we're gonna see. We're gonna wait and see. And then we have the other one as well, known as the intense fire cage. I feel like this is the one you're gonna buy from the shop. Increases the effect of burning mark gained by fire cage by this amount. And then this one, you're gonna get it from the end of season skill. It's the advanced version. Now there is one thing that I'm gonna add to the video, which is going to be the effect of this fire cage and the damage that you're gonna get from this artifact. If you read this artifact, it says this is the additional effect. It says the fewer units an enemy legion has remaining, the more damage is dealt, with a buff of up to 20%. So this pet is gonna help big time. It's gonna help a lot with this artifact. So we shall see. What do you guys think of this analysis? Let me know down below. Do you think the days of the Sapphire Frederick are numbered? Comment down below. It might be a mediocre pet, but I don't see that happening. The good thing is it drops the molten field and just annihilates everything on the ground. So let me know down below if you think Doomsday is coming to Call of Dragons. Thank you guys for watching. See you guys in the next one.